What if I told you I doubled my testosterone levels from 300 to 800 without touching a single hormone injection or pill? Sounds crazy, right? Especially in a world where every year, men's testosterone levels are crashing faster than ever before. Over the last 2 decades, research shows the average man's testosterone has dropped by about 30%. Right now, nearly 4 out of 10 men over the age of 30 are walking around with levels so low, doctors would call them unhealthy. And here's the scary part, most of them have no idea it's happening. Why? Because the modern lifestyle is the perfect recipe for hormonal disaster. We sit all day, work in stale offices, rarely see the sun, eat processed food that barely deserves the name, and fall asleep scrolling on our phones under a blast of blue light. I was one of those men. I thought constant tiredness was just part of getting older. I thought losing muscle and gaining belly fat was normal. I thought my low mood was just stress. I was wrong. Today, I'm going to walk you step by step through exactly what I changed and what you need to avoid if you want to boost your testosterone naturally without wrecking your health long term. But first, let's talk about the 6 silent warning signs that your testosterone may already be sinking. Sign number 1, low energy and constant fatigue. Testosterone is like your body's ignition key. Without it, your physical and mental energy just doesn't spark. When my levels were low, my cells' power plants, the mitochondria, were running at half capacity. I'd reach the afternoon feeling like I'd been dragging a backpack full of bricks, even if I'd done nothing physically demanding. Coffee became my survival tool, but even that couldn't shake off the fog. Sign number 2, losing muscle no matter what you do. I was still working out, but my muscles seemed determined to shrink. Here's why. Testosterone is your body's primary anabolic hormone. It's in charge of building and maintaining muscle. When it drops, your ability to synthesize protein plummets. Recovery takes longer. Weights that once felt easy suddenly feel like they're made of lead. Sign number 3, stubborn belly fat. Low testosterone slows your metabolism and flips a switch in your body to store fat instead of burning it. The favorite spot, your midsection. Even when I ate the same way, my waistline was expanding. And there's a vicious cycle, that belly fat further messes with your hormones, often leading to insulin resistance. Sign number 4, low sex drive. No surprise here. Testosterone fuels every aspect of male sexual health, from desire to performance. When it's low, interest fades and erections lose quality. I found myself needing more stimulation just to feel the same arousal, and even then, things weren't as firm or long-lasting as before. Sign number 5, mood and mind changes. Testosterone also influences brain chemistry. Low levels can trigger depression, irritability, and anxiety. I noticed I became more sensitive to criticism, my confidence slipped, and I felt a constant low-grade sadness without a clear reason. Sign number 6, brain fog. Struggling to remember simple things. Trouble focusing, that's another red flag. Testosterone plays a role in memory, concentration, and mental clarity. I found myself zoning out in meetings, forgetting details, and needing more mental effort for tasks that used to feel automatic. If any of these sound familiar, it's time to talk about the 5 biggest testosterone killers you might be letting into your life right now. Killer number 1, BPA in plastics. One of the first culprits I found was hiding everywhere. BPA, this chemical, found in many plastic containers, water bottles, canned food linings, and even store receipts, mimics estrogen in the body. Studies show it can slash testosterone production by up to 40% with regular exposure. My fix, I switched all food storage to glass or stainless steel. Stopped microwaving food in plastic. Bought a BPA-free reusable water bottle. Killer number 2, chronic stress. When stress is constant, your body floods with cortisol, the stress hormone. Cortisol and testosterone have an enemy relationship. When one goes up, the other drops. I started daily meditation, practiced deep breathing, took walks in nature, and, maybe the hardest change, began saying no to unnecessary commitments. Killer number 3, ultra-processed foods. These chemical-laden products are loaded with refined sugars and industrial oils that spike insulin and trigger inflammation. That inflammation directly disrupts testosterone production. I began replacing processed snacks with whole, natural foods, fresh meat, fish, vegetables, nuts, and fruits. Killer number 4, excess soy. Soy contains phytoestrogens, compounds that can mimic estrogen in the body. In large amounts, this can tilt your testosterone to estrogen balance in the wrong direction. I started reading labels and was shocked to see how many packaged foods contained hidden soy derivatives like soy protein, isolate, soy oil, or lecithin. Killer number 5, alcohol overload. Alcohol doesn't just stress your liver, it directly increases the enzyme aromatase, which converts testosterone into estrogen. Even moderate drinking, done regularly, can lower testosterone by up to 25%. I cut alcohol entirely for 30 days, and my energy, sleep, and workouts improved almost instantly. Now that we've met the enemies, let's talk about your allies, the changes that can naturally send your testosterone higher than you thought possible. Ally number 1, vitamin D and sunlight. Vitamin D is more than a vitamin, it's a steroid hormone with a direct link to testosterone production. Men with optimal vitamin D levels have been shown to have, on average, 25% higher testosterone than those deficient in it. I began spending 15 to 20 minutes in the morning or late afternoon sun with as much skin exposed as possible, no sunscreen during this short period, to maximize absorption. Ally number 2, key nutrients. Zinc and magnesium. Zinc is critical for healthy testicular function, yet many men are deficient. I started eating zinc-rich foods like oysters, grass-fed beef, pumpkin seeds, and Brazil nuts. Magnesium also plays a huge role in over 300 biochemical processes, including testosterone production. I added avocados, dark chocolate, leafy greens, and whole grains. Ally number 3, healthy fats. Here's a truth the low-fat diet era never told you. Testosterone is literally made from cholesterol. Without healthy fats, your body can't produce optimal levels. My daily diet began to include whole eggs, extra virgin olive oil, coconut, nuts, and avocado. Ally number 4, adaptogens. I added herbs like ashwagandha, maca root, and ginger, which studies show can help balance hormones and, in some cases, increase testosterone by double digits. Ally number 5, sleep like it's your job. A single week of sleeping only 5 hours a night can drop testosterone by 15%, the equivalent of aging a decade in hormone terms. I committed to a consistent sleep schedule, winding down to hours before bed with dimmed, warm lighting and no screens. I invested in blackout curtains, a quality mattress, and eliminated caffeine after 3 p.m. Ally number 6, strength training. Not all exercise is equal for testosterone. Heavy, compound lifts like squats, deadlifts, bench presses, rows, and overhead presses are the kings. I trained progressively, adding weight slowly over time to keep challenging my body and my hormones. Ally number 7, healthy body fat range. Too much fat, especially belly fat, acts like an estrogen factory in your body. I aim for a steady fat loss of 0.5 to 1% per week through a small calorie deficit, strength training, and staying active throughout the day. My sweet spot for optimal testosterone ended up being around 12 to 15% body fat. By combining these changes, my testosterone didn't just rise, my life changed. My energy, mood, focus, and confidence all came back. And best of all, I felt present again, for my family, my work, and my own goals. Now, here's the thing. Boosting testosterone naturally isn't about chasing a number on a lab test. It's about regaining something far more important, your quality of life. Because when your testosterone is optimized, you don't just feel stronger. You think sharper, move with purpose, wake up ready to attack the day instead of dragging yourself through it. And that's exactly what happened when I put these changes into action. The sleep protocol that turned everything around. I can't overstate how much quality sleep changed the game for me. I realized testosterone production peaks during deep sleep, specifically during slow wave and REM stages. Miss out on those, and you're essentially cutting off your body's hormone factory. I set a strict sleep and wake schedule, in bed by 10:30 p.m., up at 6:30 a.m. every day. No weekend exceptions. 2 hours before bed, I dimmed every light in the house and swapped blue light for warm, red-orange tones. That simple shift helped my body start producing melatonin, the sleep hormone that works in harmony with testosterone. I kept the room cool, completely dark with blackout curtains, and silent. If I felt hungry, I went for a small, protein and fat snack like a handful of nuts or half an avocado. and absolutely no caffeine past mid-afternoon. Within 2 weeks, I woke up feeling like someone had flipped the on switch in my brain again. Morning energy, mental clarity, faster recovery after workouts. The workout that sends testosterone through the roof. Cardio has its place, but for testosterone. Strength training wins every time, especially heavy, compound movements that engage multiple large muscle groups. I built my program around 5 lifts: squat, deadlift, bench press, bent over row, overhead press. Here's why these work. They create the kind of stress your body wants, the kind that forces it to adapt by releasing more testosterone and growth hormone. But there's a catch. You can't just lift the same weight forever. Progressive overload, adding small amounts of weight over time, is key. That consistent challenge is what keeps the hormone boost coming. And yes, squats deserve a special mention. Heavy squats have been shown to spike testosterone more than almost any other exercise. They're brutal, but they work. The body fat factor no one talks about. When I started, my body fat was hovering around 23%. That's not just an aesthetic issue, it's a hormonal one. Here's why. Fat tissue contains an enzyme called aromatase, which converts testosterone into estrogen. The more fat you carry, especially around your waist, the more testosterone you lose to this process. My goal wasn't to get shredded. Extremely low body fat can actually hurt testosterone, too. Instead, I aimed for the optimal range, 10 to 15%. To get there, I used a small calorie deficit, about 300 to 500 calories less than my maintenance level. I combined with my strength training routine and daily movement outside the gym. I lost fat slowly, about 0.5 to 1% of my body weight per week. This steady pace allowed my hormones to rebalance without the crash you often see from extreme diets. When I hit around 15% body fat, something clicked. My energy stabilized, my workouts felt stronger, and my testosterone test results reflected it, a huge leap compared to when I started. Why this isn't just about testosterone. At first, my mission was simple: raise my testosterone. But as the weeks went on, I realized the ripple effects were bigger than I expected. I started waking up before my alarm, feeling ready to move. I stopped hitting that 3 p.m. energy crash. My mood lifted, my patience improved, and my focus sharpened. My relationships benefited, too. I was more present with my family, more engaged in conversations, more willing to say yes to life instead of maybe later. This wasn't just about getting my numbers up, it was about getting me back. Your action plan. Here's the condensed roadmap you can start applying today. Cut out BPA, glass and stainless steel only. No microwaving plastic. Manage stress, daily mindfulness, breathing exercises, nature walks. Ditch ultra-processed foods, stick to whole, nutrient-rich ingredients. Limit soy, read labels, cut hidden soils and proteins. Avoid alcohol, or at least give yourself a 30-day break and feel the difference. Get sunlight, 15 to 20 minutes daily for natural vitamin D, add zinc and magnesium, through food first, supplements if needed. Eat healthy fats, eggs, olive oil, avocado, nuts, coconut. Use adaptogens, ashwagandha, maca, ginger for hormonal support. Protect your sleep, bedtime routine, blackout curtains, no late caffeine. Lift heavy and lift smart, compound lifts, progressive overload. Aim for healthy body fat, 10 to 15% is the sweet spot for most men. The bottom line, optimizing your testosterone isn't about chasing youth, it's about reclaiming vitality. When your levels are right, you don't just feel better, you feel alive. And here's the best part. You don't need dangerous shortcuts. You don't need injections. You don't need expensive miracle pills. You just need consistency, patience, and a willingness to rebuild the habits that modern life has stripped away. I started this journey to fix my hormones. I ended up fixing far more than that. So if you're ready to feel stronger, think clearer, and live with more energy than you've had in years, start today. Your future self will thank you. And hey, if you want to see the exact strength workout that skyrocketed my progress, check out the video I've linked right here. It's the one routine I recommend to every man who wants to feel like himself again. Thanks for watching, my friend. Now go reclaim your edge.